So as you all heard yesterday, a man murdered 11 Americans in a synagogue in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, yesterday. Shot 4 police officers. I've reported that he yelled, "All Jews must die." This particular this Jewish center had a number of synagogues working together, and they had been organizing and talking about what's called the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society, HIAS. And the murderer was put on his pages out on social media. He wrote, HIAS, that's the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society, likes to bring invaders that kill our people. I can't sit by and watch my people get slaughtered. Screw your optics, I'm going in. And then he went into the synagogue and killed 11 Americans. Just a few days before that, there was a white supremacist who tried to enter the First Baptist Church of Jeffersontown, Kentucky. He was going in there to try to kill black people, I guess. And he couldn't get into the church because he came late. Apparently they'd already left, or maybe they weren't there yet. The point is, his timing was off, for which I'm grateful. But he couldn't get into the church, so he went to a Kroger store. He was reported to have walked past some white people and saying, "Whites don't kill whites." He shot 2 Americans, black men, a black man and a black woman, Maurice Stallard, 69 years old, and Vicki Lee Jones, an American woman, 67 years old. Just this week, at a political rally in Minnesota, the following words were spoken. I got this from the Columbus Dispatch to make sure I didn't get it wrong. And this is the kind of political discourse we're experiencing in our country right now. And this particular one says, "The Democrats are willing to do anything to hurt anyone to get the power they so desperately crave. They want to destroy." So Democrats are here Americans are being spoken of as wanting to destroy America. And whether it was related to that kind of speech or not, directly or indirectly, we've had 13 pipe bombs sent out to prominent Democrats and critics of the president. Pipe bombs sent to Americans. Fortunately, they did not explode. Maybe they weren't fully loaded, I don't know. But it gave me a new appreciation for the price that it costs to just be in politics today and to try to do what you think you should. And it also gave me, just like the synagogue attack, gave me so much respect and appreciation for those 4 police officers that went into a firefight and were wounded. And I think about our mail carriers, that you know, these bombs, if they had been loaded, they could have gone off with, you know, some guy or some woman just carrying these things down the road and boom. It's an awful, awful thing. This is our country, sisters and brothers. What is wrong with these people? Jesus said in Luke 6:39, he said, "Can the blind lead the blind? Will they not both fall into a pit?" There's a kind of blindness that these people have, that they are threatening and killing Americans to save America. They killed Americans. They killed us. Well, Jesus also says from the cross, according to Luke, he says, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." And I have to agree with Jesus. I have a hard time with the forgiveness part, but I have a really easy time with the "they don't know what they're doing" part. According to Ken Wilber, people have different ways of of being religious in the world. He calls it integral theory. And he says that people pass through different religious stages. He says, first of all, many people start magical, thinking that all the miracles are going to happen for you. And then after they grow out of that, they often go into, they go into the warrior stage, where it's a fight between good and evil, us and them, our tribe, your tribe, where the world is divided into good and evil. He says, then often people move into what he calls the conventional kind of faith, where God has a covenant and everyone knows their place and role. After that, often will come the moderns. It says, where doing good deeds and making just and fair societies is the meaning of the myths. So it's like not saying about whether Jonah was really swallowed by a whale, but shouldn't we love the Ninevites, and what does that mean? And then the pluralists, where all the cultures have their religions and stories, and great care must be taken not to elevate one culture above another. This is to say that people on the other side of the world, that doesn't make them stupid. There's not like a stupid side of the globe and a smart side of the globe. It's like people are people everywhere, and they have their ideas. And then the integral stage, according to Wilber, is where some ideas are better than others, some are more inclusive of the information, more useful for better outcomes, and also bringing together the Western scientific worldview with the Eastern inner path of awakening. It's supposed to include the good in all the prior stages, but not the bad, hopefully to transcend that. So what we're seeing here is a couple of things. One is these men who committed these murders are of the warrior mind. They see this as a fight to the death that they have to take up to save their people, to save us from those who wish to destroy us. And they don't think that the danger is being taken seriously enough by others, and so they decide they need to act and do what needs to be done. It's like every vigilante movie you've seen for the last 50 years. How many of them are there? All the superheroes. None of them are legal actors. None of them went to the police academy and follow the police code and rule book. No, they run like lightning and they knock people over and they save the world. The problem is, they ended up murdering Americans. Murdering Americans to save America. And in John 16:2, Jesus says, the time is coming when anyone who kills you will think they are offering a service to God. And I think that these people might, if they're people of faith, they might think they're actually doing what needs to be done, offering a service to God. I disagree. I see a world where we learn to cooperate and work together and not kill each other. That's what I want to see. So here we are as Christians in the world today. And this is our country, and this is our story. What can we do now? And what should we do in times like these? We have some values that we probably share. Here are some values that I heard given by a conservative. I like these words very much. Listen to these. He says his understanding of the way his political party, and he was conservative, he says the words that describe the way I want to think of my party, as he spoke of it, he says responsibility, stoicism, self-control, frugality, fidelity, decorum, honor, character, independence, and integrity. Those sound pretty good to me. Do they sound pretty good to you?
Amen.
All right. So those are some values. We have values from the Old Testament. We have the Ten Commandments. And for that I used a little song. No other gods before me, no idolatry or blasphemy, keep the Sabbath day holy. Honor your father and mother, no killing and adultery, don't steal, don't lie, no covetous eye. These are the 10 Commandments. There's some pretty good values there. And when Jesus spoke about them, he usually skipped the first 4 and talked about the last 6, how we treat each other. If you want to go to the New Testament, we have the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. And Paul writes, against such things there is no law. In other words, these are good things, whether there's a law on it or not. Love, we want a society, sisters and brothers, the Christian society, if we follow the New Testament, is one that is exemplified by love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Those are the fruit of the Spirit according to Paul's letter to the Galatians. And when Jesus was asked in the Gospel according to Mark what commandment is foremost of all, Jesus answered, the foremost is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord is God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind and all your strength. The second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. So what should we do in days like this? We should visit the sick. We should visit the one in prison. We should clothe the naked. We should feed the hungry. We should care for the stranger, which is the Hebrew word for the immigrant. We should do the things that Jesus told us to do. We should not let anyone stop us from following Jesus Christ as the way we believe we should. We should not let fear stop us. We should not let politics divide us. Society will not be built up by tearing it down. We are the builders. The hope of humanity. We pray, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. I like the word, thy realm come, thy will be done, because realms speaks more of the inclusiveness, that this is not just a man thing, this is all humanity, all people, men and women. So, thy kingdom come, thy realm come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. We should do the things that build the realm of God on earth. The realm of God looks like understanding, not ignorant hate. The realm of God looks like diversity, not unicolor, uniculture. The realm of God looks like justice, not an unfair gain for the poor, the black, or the transgender minority. The realm of God looks like sustainability, caring for the earth that cares for us. And the realm of God looks like salvation within. To know the love of God directly and personally, as we have learned in Jesus Christ, and others may know in other ways God has given. Does this seem too political to you? You might think this is too political. Let me just say that some people, here's the way it is. When the pastor agrees with me, he's speaking the gospel truth. When the pastor disagrees with me, he's being political. Amen? So, that probably tells you, and then all a matter of degree. But let me say this, as a man of God, God willing, and your pastor that loves you very much, some might have a safe, domesticated, trivialized religion that's been appropriated by the powers to turn the hearts and minds and actions away from justice on this earth and to some castle in the sky. Our Jesus did not just sit under a tree, he died on one. And we're called to take up our crosses and follow him. Think about that. So the gospel story is from Mark 10. They came to Jericho, and as his disciples and a large crowd were leaving Jericho, Bartimaeus, or Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, a blind beggar, was sitting by the roadside. When he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout out and say, "Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me." Many sternly ordered him to be quiet, but he cried out even more loudly, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus stood still and said, "Call him here." And they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take heart, get up, he's calling you." So throwing off his cloak, he sprang up and came to Jesus. Then Jesus said to him, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man said to him, "My teacher, let me see again." Jesus said to him, "Go, your faith has made you well." Immediately he regained his sight and followed him on the way. So where are you in this story? Are you still blind? Are you still blind? Are you half blind? Blind in one eye? Need strong glasses? Come to Jesus, the giver of sight. He'll help you see with God's eyes. He'll help you see better than how you see now. Or we could say, "No, I see. I got it. I'm a person who sees things as they are. My eyes have been opened. My eyes have been opened by Jesus. Now what? Now what?" Hear this. It says that immediately he regained his sight and followed him on the way. So if you can see, follow Jesus on the way. That's what it's about. Now, because what did he do after he got his sight back? He said, "Okay, go back to begging, wearing that sign that says you're blind." Well, he can't do that anymore, right? Now he can see. He'd be lying to say he was blind. He now had new responsibilities, a new life that he didn't have before when he was blind. Now he needed to follow Jesus, and he did. And so in the same way, we who see need to follow Jesus in our society such as it is. Jesus said in Matthew 10:28, he said, do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. And I have an idea of what this might look like. This is from the organization Poland Before Solidarity. It's called the Workers' Defense Committee of Poland. Listen to these wonderful words. They talk about how to be a good Pole under communism. But you can just say a good American or a good citizen of the world or anything. Listen to these wonderful words. Well, I think they're wonderful. Here it goes. Start doing the things you think should be done. Start being what you think society should become. Do you believe in freedom of speech? Then speak freely. Do you love the truth? Then tell it. Do you believe in an open society? Then act in the open. Do you believe in a decent and humane society? Then behave decently and humanely. Brothers and sisters, keep on with actions of justice and healing love. In darker times, the world needs you to shine.